Hello, Sandy Levesque here with Chico, Chief Assistant. This video is about kindness. It's actually part 3 of a series I'm doing, and I want to ask you a question. When was the last time that somebody did something for you and they didn't expect anything back in return? And also you can ask, when was the last time that I did something for someone and I didn't expect anything back in return? And it's quite interesting because it makes you realize how many things we do and are done for us because we expect something back in return. And I believe that one of the ultimate kindnesses is when you are willing to do things for other people and you don't care if something comes back to you in return. And let me give you an example. I lived in Canada for a few years ago, and I was friends with a teacher who was so incredibly generous. I'd never actually met anyone. She was the first person that stood out when I asked myself that question, because she was so incredibly giving of things and of time. And she, I was there with a British friend. We were students living in Canada, away from home, and she went out of her way to do things for us. She would take us boot shopping. When our fridge broke down, she came and lent us a fridge. She offered to lend us her car. She actually helped me to get a sort of an extra teaching job. And she was someone who would just do these things, and there was no sort of tugging feeling where you felt like she was doing it so that she might get something back later on. It was just purely from the generosity of her spirit and of herself. It was really amazing and really inspiring. So that's a great example of a kindness, because it's like when you're willing to do something for someone just because you appreciate them and you want to help them out, not because you're hoping that it might come back to you later on. And of course the funny thing is that the more things we do like that, where we don't care if something comes back to us, the more we actually receive, because it's like the universe is always watching. So if you're generous in the way you are, and you're happy to give things, it can be information. Something I personally like to do is I love connecting people I think could be good friends, or could, if they don't know many other people in a city and they're the same kind of age, I like just saying, you guys should meet up. And I've created quite a few lasting friendships that way. But I don't do it because I expect them to do that for me, or because I'm expecting some kind of gift back. It's just fun. I like doing it. So that's another example. And just think about it, because what would it be like if more people, and I'm not saying I'm a great example, there's plenty of times when I do things and I am hoping for something back, or there's some sort of agreement, but I'm also willing to do lots of things where I don't expect anything back. And I'm sure you are as well. And just imagine what it would be like if that was almost more normal than not. Because I think it is actually more normal to do things and expect something back at the moment. I think I'm rambling a bit now, so I shall end this video. But just wanted to share that perspective on kindness. Yes, with my Chico. Oh, and a kiss on the nose. Thank you, Chico. And I hope that lots of people do things for you without expecting them in return. And the best way, I guess, to have more of that is to be more of it ourselves. So there you go. If you got something out of this video, please share it. Especially if you think there's someone you know who could do with hearing it. Maybe someone who feels like the world isn't very kind sometimes. I know I've been there. And how much more kindness can we all be to each other that would help to create more kindness in the world? So thank you. And also, just before I go, check it out. We're in the top of the mountain and there are literally clouds all around us. Normally we could see the sea and the coastline from here, but there's a huge fog. So Chico and I are actually in the clouds. It's quite fun. Say goodbye.